Praise Allah. Honor to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Honor to the Moorish Science Civil of America, the Moorish Divine National Movement. Honor to all adepts and sheiks, all members, stations of the Moorish Science Civil of America. Honors to the Jesus Return, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Islam. Honors to the Harbinger, the John the Baptist Return, Brother Marcus Messiah Garvey Bay. Honors to the UNIA, Universal Negro Improvement Association. Honors to the past leaders of the UNIA, and honors to all harbingers. Honors to everyone who loves love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Honors to the European sympathizers, one who loves the Asiatic, Moorish American Muslims. Honors to the so-called Negro blacks and colors who desire to know the truth and the divine truth about themselves, so that way they can walk with Moorish pride. Today's show, Blinded by Evil. Well, we all tend to be discombobulated, perplexed with all this rhetoric and confusion going on. We tend to lose sight of what's really important and what is valid. Yes, if a man don't work, a man can't provide for his family. This goes across the board. This goes for everybody. But at the end of the day, what are you doing to shield yourself from this evil that's going on? You're a victim of it because you think of it. Man has two ways of thinking. He has his higher self and he has his lower self. She has her higher self, and she has her lower self. That's what they have. Now the question is, now the Bible will strictly say it best, you can't serve two masters. You're going to love one and hate the other. I keep repeating these things over and over again. But then again, this is for the people who are not able to watch 500 videos of the show. They need the information right now. So we see all this catastrophe and calamities going on. We see all this man-made genetic modified organism they call fruit is good for your body and all sort of stuff. We have unhealth care going on with people pressure and all this other stuff. We got all this crazy madness going on, and we can't even drink water out the water hose no more. We can't drink water out the faucet no more because it's toxic and poison. That's what's going on. We need to understand that the curriculum in education is the worst ever. Because what are they teaching the so-called Negro, blacks, and color, Latino, Chicano, Hispanics? Nothing. What are they teaching teaching us now? What have they been teaching us? About Christopher Columbus discovered America, the founding fathers of George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, this, and Benjamin Franklin, that, all folly, falsehood. Destruction of the mind. Bringing lower vibration to learn how to hate yourself, because it just seems to me that we, as a group of Asiatic people, don't do nothing. If a man thinketh, so he is. If a woman thinketh, so she be. But I'm going to tell you like this. The only way you can get rid of that propaganda out your thoughts is acknowledging it exists, but doing your homework for yourself to study, to be able to understand these conditions of evil will change and pass away. And once we get these understandings, then we don't have to worry about doing this and doing that. But we have to pay attention to what the devil's in the details and what the devil offers information. Well, talk about getting 90-day supply worth of food, getting this, getting that. making sure that you have plenty of water, make sure you have this and that, make sure you know how to grow your own food and all this other stuff. And all they're going to do is ransack the land anyways. Wow. You don't want to follow the laws of the land to get out of our country. Wow. Who is our country? Well. It's quite unfortunate that we have someone who does not know what the word land means in the etymology. Our land in 1828 dictionary says Moor, M-O-O-R. The Europeans here, the ones who are causing all this havoc, all this catastrophe, all this evil going on behind closed doors of the Masonic Order and Eastern Stars, in order for them to be part of the presidency, they have to join the Ku Klux Klan. If you think I'm lying, go look at Woodrow Wilson, big time Ku Klux Klan. Yep, I said it and I meant it. Prophet Noble Drew Ali told Woodrow Wilson in 1913, you will be president. Prophet Noble Drew Ali met the Europeans in Independence Hall and says, I want the all red Moorish, I want the Moorish flag. I stand corrected. I want the Moorish flag. Who are you? I'm Prophet Drew Ali, he replied. Then they said, aren't you a little too early? He said, no, I am right on time. He says, I want the red flag with the 5-pointed green star, and he said that the one you have in the vault. Oh, we think he's the prophet. Okay, we're going to, here, we'll sign my all red banner, see what he says. Open it up. Bada bing, bada boom. It's all red banners. It's the same one they were finding in Morocco, in Africa. Then all of a sudden, the Prophet Drew Ali said, no, I want the red flag with the 5-pointed green star in the center. I want the one that represents the Moorish nation, and this is the resurrection of the Moorish nation on this day, 1913. Resurrection. So-called Negro blacks and colors are already dead on sight. Wave a black flag, you dead on sight. You marked for assassination. So-called black people. I have never met a so-called black person a day in my life. Nor have I ever met a so-called white person a day in my life. But I've met the behavior of a so-called white person who happened to be melanated, and that's a group of them. I've met a few Europeans who are pure in their hearts and minds. Yes, I have. And that's only a few. But I'm going to call the facts what it is. What do they got that song called? Tell it like it is. And that's what you should do. Tell it like it is. Because the truth does not change or pass away, family. The truth never changes or pass away. But I know I normally get caught up into the truth where I don't want the brothers and sisters in the chat. Shout out to the people in the chat. I will give y'all the shout out right now, since some of y'all don't want to be ignored by your brother man Moorish life. Islam. Praise Allah for you. Jose. Peace and blessings to you. Heaven high. Peace be upon to you. Assalamu alaikum. Shukran. Gracias. Yes. And we got X. Okay. And then we got Gabriel. Gabriel's back. Islam. Heaven high. All right. Now we got to get back into the show, because we have people who are watching, but they choose not to reply. They're a little shy to speak to the brother man, to speak to the host. But shout out to y'all too, who are watching, who are not speaking. Peace and love to y'all. But I'm going to go back to what I have to say about this situation. We have to take history for what it truly is, and not being indoctrinated by some false information behind the Rothschild Rockefellers is the one who is indoctrinating the people to make you think one thing that is not so. The founding fathers are not pale-skinned Europeans. The founding fathers, so-called founding fathers who are pale-skinned Europeans, are from Britain. I said that in my last show. But I'm here to tell y'all today that all this evil that you see going on, you see people acting unruly, I strongly suggest that if y'all decide to bond friendships, you know, I would say to the brothers and sisters, sisters, you all want to be friends and all, why don't y'all hang out with them and see how they act. Go out with them in public, see how they act. If they're into mischief and being a klepto and want to start fights and all this other stuff, that's the type of energy you don't want to be around. Honestly. You really don't. Because all you're going to do is be guilty by association. So if you're hanging out with them and they create cause hardship on someone else and they practice evil and they do wrong and they get called by the police, well, guess what? You're going to jail or prison with them. It's called contact by association. That's what it's called, family. I can't lie. I'm like Jim Carrey from Liar Liar. I can't lie. I can't do anything that's unethical. But enough of the jokes. But we have to understand where the evil came from. We have to understand where the state of mind of politicians' ideas are. The politicians are supposed to be working for the people, not we're working for the politicians to work for the Rothschild Rockefellers to make them rich and give them a donor dot on our driver's license so that way we can donate to their children and we can make them rich. Please. And that's all taxes is. Taxation with representation is slavery and it's unconstitutional. Prove it! But our tax dollars really go to like fixing the streets and stuff. Oh, really? You'll listen to that crazy one? Man, these people are so far-fetched, they have no idea. There's a thing called law. And if you don't understand law, you don't understand politics. If you don't understand politics, you don't understand law. If you don't understand that just because it's legal don't mean it's law, just because it's law, it is legal. So that means they're about to tear up the Constitution of the United States of America. That's what they're about to do. That's the plan, right? Do you know that everybody who owns supposedly property owners are owned by the bank? The bank owns you. The bank owns the shoes and clothes you got on. You don't even own yourself. So that means who owns you? So now the question you want to ask yourself is, who has the living trust to your birth certificate? What does your birth certificate say in the middle? It says what? Why does your birth certificate feel like some petty cash? Some dollars that go... Come on now. Think about it. This is a homework for everybody who's listening to the show right now. Grab your birth certificate and grab a crispy dollar bill. And after you grab that crispy dollar bill, feel the texture on that dollar bill. Then feel the texture on that birth certificate or marriage certificate, whatever you got. Feel it. It's the same material, family. In order to have control over the people, it must be documented. You have to poison their minds, family. You have to make up stuff that's not true in order for them to get immunization shots. You don't need immunization shots. The Bible teaches us that the herbs and the fruit that The Most High made us for us to eat. So why are we serving two masters? Why are we following what the European slaveholders of District of Columbia is telling us and lying to us, but we turn our backs on the Creator? We're ignoring the Creator, but we rather trust their doctors because their doctors have our best interests. No, the doctor that has our best interest is Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah, the great God of the universe, who you call Dios Santo, who you call Yahweh, who you call God, so to speak. Right? So when we understand where all this evil comes from, now you need to ask yourself this question. What has happened after you took all your immunization shots? What reactions have you gotten behind immunization shots? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Is your brain thought foggy? Do you feel sluggish? When you eat certain things, you have a certain reaction to it? When you drink homogenized milk, it sends you straight to the toilet? Or when you eat stuff and drink stuff that's not pure from the earth, it makes you feel a certain way? Your immune system breaks down, you get sick real easily? This is what the whole thing about being evil is designed. Tainting something that is pure from the purest state. Why would you drink alcohol knowing it's going to alter your train of thought and you're going to commit fornication? You're going to commit adultery. You're going to do some lewdness type of thinking behavior. Some sadistic behavior, do some harm. These are things that ones need to understand, and these are things that ones need to truly think about. Without these lessons I'm giving you right now, you will never understand from a different perspective. The perspective I'm speaking from maybe, or should I say, I stand corrected, is very sporadic, yes, but these all come in one unison. What happens when you eat so much candy? It breaks down your immune system. Your blood sugar goes up. You get hypertension. You get high blood pressure. All these things. What happens when you eat sausage and bacon? You get hypertension. You get trichinosis worms all through your body, all through your stomach. You wonder why you're still hungry, and you wonder why you're going obese. This is evil. This is what the doctor prescribes for you to eat. They will lie to you, tell you no, pork is good, eat. They will lie to you and say it's good protein. How? Prove it. You know, whatever you eat affects your heart, affects your mental state. So tell me someone who is highly intelligent, who eats swine, who eats the bottom feeders. Name one scientist who has health issues or eats scavenger food, but yet their thoughts are hatred, slander, lewdness, murder, theft, and everything that harms. How many doctors have committed lewdness acts with their patients? How many teachers committed lewdness acts with their students? How many bosses have committed lewdness acts with their employees? How many people have committed incest by eating and drinking wrong? Jesus also said in the Bible, he says, healthy people don't need doctors. Sick people do. So does that tell you that he ate pork? No, he didn't. So why are you consuming these scavengers, yo? That's my question to you all. I shall wait. Is there any rebuttal in the chat? It better be, because you know I'm ready to challenge anybody. Your brother man Morris Life will challenge any doctorate, any PhD, any master's degree, whoever, bring them. I'm ready for a challenge. I'm ready for a debate. And if it's Sorah Sadie, yeah, I'll challenge him too. Sayonetta, yeah, we cool, brother, Islam. But yeah, Hebrew Israelites, bring it. Because y'all evil too. Because there's nothing y'all doing to uplift the fallen humanity. I'm going to get on everybody. Ku Klux Klan, what y'all doing? Y'all burn down churches with people in there? So-called Negro blacks and colors, you burning them up? Hanging people, lynching people, burning them alive? To terrorize the mother and child in front of the father for him to get sodomized? That's why we got gay folks going on right now because of y'all? Yeah, let's tell the truth like it is, huh? What's the matter? You can't handle the truth? Oh, y'all want to wave that rainbow flag. Oh, that's not good. That's evil. Waving that rainbow flag is evil. I'm going to tell you what rainbow means in the Bible. It says the rainbow means that great God Allah promises not to flood the earth anymore. That's what it means. So it has nothing to do with homosexuality. For all those people who take that Ankh symbol and taint it and use it for homosexuality, for anal sex purposes, for sodomy, you shall be cursed. Because that's not what the Ankh means. The circle on top represents the ovaries. The two most across the way represents the fallopian tubes, and the stem in the middle that's penetrating the ovary is a male's penis. It represents fertility and life. That's what it means. Masculine, feminine energy, creating life. You can take that crucifix, you can have it. We don't want it. Because the crucifix also represents evil. I don't care if it's upright. I don't care if it's inverted. Whatever you want to call it. It's still evil. Look up the word cross in a dictionary. Cross. A noun or an adjective. Representing burden, distress, lower vibration thinking. So how is that symbol going to save you? That's evil. If you look at a lot of these signs and symbols, they're really evil. And I'm going to say this. I don't care what the Nazis do. You cannot taint the swastika. The swastika is an Asiatic symbol that's being passed around in Asia, Africa, North to Central South America, and the islands. The swastika is not evil. The swastika represents masculine and feminine energy just like the Ankh. I kid you not. Matter of fact, any signs and symbols that belong to my ancestors, I'm reclaiming that in the name of Allah. That's real. Even the Circle 7 logos I wear, even the Star and Crescent. Star and Crescent just represents something else. You see what I'm saying? But Christianity is good for those who prefer it. If you prefer that crucifix, it's good for those who prefer it. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just opening your eyes to the truth. Because your brother man Moore's life is about life, not death. Not tormenting someone, punishing them on a cross, and torturing them to death so that way they can pass their physical form. That is insane. That's called sadistic behavior. Right? Until the group of people start understanding what signs and symbols mean. Signs and symbols are for conscious minds. Because, and I'm going to express to you what another one means. Trinity is not even mentioned in the Bible. Trinity has nothing to do with three physical carnal men, even. It has nothing to do with the spiritual God that we cannot see, because that's a contradiction. The Bible teaches us, if we see God, we shall surely what? Die. There you go. Boom. So how are you going to paint an image of some pale-skinned European and the spirits along with it? So that means that you can actually see the Creator, and then paint the image of the Messiah as a seed of Esau, the Edomite. Last I checked, he was a Moabite Canaanite. His great-great-grandmother was Ruth Moabitess, yo. Let me tell the facts what it is. Let's break it down. So, when people start acknowledging the truth, where the root stems from, we tend to lose sight of where that information came from, and we manage to give credit to the European powers that be, the one who controls the economic system. There is no so-called Negro, Black, or Colored, Latino, Chicano cannot be a racist because they don't control the economic system. They do not control the narrative of life. They do not control the school curriculum. They do not control politics. Come on now, talk to me. What's up? So all my people out there who are against the powers that be, that includes my European people, that includes my Asiatic people, my so-called Negro, Black, Colored, Latino, Chicano, Hispanic, people from Guam, from Puerto Rico, from Samoa, from Tonga, from Hawaii, you name it. Shout out to all my peoples who are just. Shout out to my European peoples who are just. Shout out to all those who want love and don't demand love in return, but respect people as they respect themselves. And they were raised with good mamas and papas instead of raised with good broken down mammies and broken down pappies. Yeah, I said it and I meant it. Once we understand this, then we know how to treat each other. Once we understand evil and we see evil, we choose not to be friends with evil, because you cannot serve two masters. You're going to love one and hate the other. And then on top of that, in the book of Galatians chapter 6, 7 through 9 says that you're going to reap what you sow, yo. That's real. So when you understand conditions of evil and you see it and you can sense it in your heart and mind, you understand game. Because you know the game. So we must take into consideration of the facts of what it is. Accept what it is. Accept what you did was wrong. You want to be a better person? That's what Michael Jackson said. Look in the mirror, look at yourself, and make the change. That's what you do. That's what you ought to do. Straight up. Make yourself a better person. When you wrong, admit you wrong. Don't boy down, man up. Don't grow down, woman up. I gotta give a shout out to one particular person that I met earlier today who is very genuine. And I promised her I was gonna do it. And I haven't forgot you. Maya from Greece, your brother man Morris Life, give you a shout out. It's great speaking with you, it's great talking with you. You are one of the true people who are very genuine about unity. You are what Moorish people call European sympathizers. And shout out to my European sympathizers out there. Every last one of y'all. The rest of y'all, Europeans who are evil, justice gonna catch you, yo. And anyone who else is entertaining evil, justice gonna catch you too, real quick. It don't matter the color of your skin, so-called allegedly. It don't matter what nation you from. Right is right, wrong is wrong, evil is evil, good is good. So you need to take your pick what side you're gonna choose. I have nothing wrong with anybody who gives me the utmost respect, and I return it the same way. I've met a few good Europeans in my life, and Maya, you happen to be one of them genuine people from Greece that I met for the first time today. Peace and love to you and your family. Your mother and father, whoever raised you, they did a good job raising you, Maya. And that's a promise. This is my personal shout out to you from earlier today. So, peace and love, Maya. If there's ever a time we don't see each other again, I pray that whatever trials and tribulations you're going through, I pray that y'all conquer the name of peace. And that quote goes out to everybody, including Maya. Just so you know. But shout out to everyone who I've met in my lifetime, from past all the way till now. Even we met each other for the first time and we never seen each other again. Shout out to them too. Peace and blessings be upon them. I mean, you know, I met numerous of people in my life, but I can't remember them all. Some of them passed away. One of them happened to be my pediatrician. Rest in peace to my pediatrician. Spoke the truth. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to my pediatrician, Dr. Jerome Lippin, medical doctor. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. Spoke the truth. But I'm gonna explain to you what my pediatrician told me when I was young. Stay away from dairy products when you're congested. Drink plenty of fluids, water mainly. Juices, you really don't want any juice. Main thing you want to do is your electrolytes are low and your immune system is shut down because you're lacking electrolytes. You don't want to get that junk, that Pedialyte. You don't want to get none of that. You want to get some fruit. You want to juice the stuff up. You want to get a virgin pina colada. That's what you want to get, family. To build your immune system. Trust me, I know. I was a sickly child growing up. And I'm gonna tell the truth on myself. But at the end of the day, you must decide what you're gonna do. Your health is your wealth. I don't care what doctor tells you a lie, but your brother man Moore's Life gonna tell you the truth. So you take care of yourself. Y'all be peace out there, and you all make sure y'all do the right thing. And when y'all wrong someone, admit when you're wrong. It helps you rest better at night. When you do right by people and people don't want to accept it, put your hands in Allah's hands, leave them in peace, and all is well. That's what you ought to do. You see what I'm saying? So I might do a part 2 on this show, family. Shout out to all the people who have my YouTube channel. If I don't remember all your names, shout out to everybody who subscribed to my channel, whether I met you, pressure flash or not. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Shout out to all of y'all. Even the ones who are too shy to come into the chat and speak. But yeah, that's okay to be shy. I can't hold you accountable for that, but peace and love, y'all. Tonight, I must rest. Y'all must be safe. If you want to clear out your gut issue, cucumber lemon water. That's the best thing to do. That's what your brother man Moore's Life do on a daily. And it works. Yes, you're going to have to constantly go to the restroom, but there's a lot of parasites in your system that you got to clean out. And eating pineapple is one of them. Yes, ginger, lemon, cucumber, drink, slushy, yum yum. It's tasty. All right, family. Islam, peace and love. I gotta go. Talk to y'all on a new day. Peace and love, family. I'm out. Islam. Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my God, and my salvation by night and by day through His holy prophet, True Ali. Ameen. Shout out to peace and blessings to all family members. This prayer of the Moorish American prayer goes out to all my subscribers and families. Peace and love, Islam.